is it, folks. The big one, $10,000 on the line as the USA Falcons take on the Denver Elite, the hometown Donkeys, who are trying to eat all their way to $10,000. And geez, they wouldn't, both teams really like that.
And what about a factor? 10-minute halves now in this final, James. So who's the fitter team? Who's been through the most here? Who's been beat up? Denver had some tough teams to get through. But let's look at the Falcons first again. A star-studded lineup. Andrew Dortolo, we talked about him a lot. Mike Ziegler, he's done a lot of the hard work. Perry Baker, he needs to have a big game here. He could be a key. And Maku Nufe, he's been outstanding for this U.S. side. Don Potty, he's the silent one, but he's a tough man to bring down.
And Denver All-Stars, they haven't really even been challenged in this tournament. A fantastic side. DeArchibald surely will be the MVP if they make it through and convert. Great stuff. Pinkelman's fantastic. Logan Collins has a very high work rate, and we all know the speed they've got outside with Kevon Williams.
It should be a fantastic matchup.
Yeah, the big news coming out this morning for Denver is Atam Alifa is out of the squad. He picked up a knee injury yesterday, so he is withdrawn. He provided great attacking prowess off the bench. He's been replaced. A total opposite. Kyle Hitt steps in. You couldn't pick players and more pole opposites. Hitt's a hard bullocking runner, where Atam Alifa, very crafty, very skillful player. And there we see the boys in the tunnel. The nerves obviously building the longer they stand there waiting to get on. It would have been great to watch Atam Alifa versus Neste Malifa. A little bit of brotherly love going on there.
I've never seen them play against each other. That'd be very interesting
to see if they actually have. I'm sure somewhere in one of the Sevens tournaments they have through Tiger Rugby and Belmont Rugby. And
oh, there he is watching from the sideline. No doubt he'll be the world's loudest supporter in the game today. Perfect weather for this final. The skies have opened up.
Oh, you see him
Look
loosen
at
up.
him, yes.
He's loose.
Loving it.
He's yellow.
He's got that
loose.
bro shuffle going. Atam Alifa.
Yeah, I don't know if he pulled that from the injury or to get ready for the banquet tonight. And there you see the weather conditions. Absolutely perfect conditions. There was a little cloud coming in earlier. That's blown out to the
Felt
east.
nice, though, while I was here.
Oh, the farmers will like that out there. But we couldn't ask for better conditions. There we go. Both the teams congratulating the Army. What a weekend they had, Brian. Fantastic stuff.
Unbelievable. Yep. Hats off to all those guys. And what a great speech Andrew Locke made in receiving that third place trophy. There you go. Still a lot of people on hand here. The crowd built throughout the weekend here to watch the final. They're not going to see a home side team. The Denver Elite, the Donkeys are here. What am I talking about?
The Denver Donkeys, mainly made up of Barbarian players. They've got a few Kansas City Blues in there as well.
Here they come out on the field, met with a great round of applause from the local. Good to see all the other teams staying behind to support this final matchup.
They certainly have. Also, talk about everything coming in, the cowbells. I'm just like you two. I put my pants on one leg at a time. Except when I do, I make gold records. What's that, Brian?
Wait,
oh, the cowbell skit from Saturday Night Live. Great stuff. The cowbell.
More cowbell.
It needs some more cowbell. Don't worry about it. Brian Fazard.
Yeah.
Making me look like
I haven't seen Saturday Night Live since Chevy Chase left, so.
I think it was a year or two after Chevy left. Here we go. We've got both teams lined up. And we're going to cross down the field now for the anthem of the United States of America.
As we sing our national anthem.
RugbyTown 7 champions over here now, joined by Brian Fassard and James Patterson, two men who have been in the battle many times. Boys, what are we going to do right now?
Just do the basics. Play smart rugby, play patience, make your tackles, trust in one another to do their job as well. Once you start making amends for somebody else you think isn't going to make the tackle, that's when the gaps start opening.
Absolutely fantastic. I've got goosebumps up in the box. The players need steel reserve during this game. Whoever holds on to the ball makes the fewest errors will come away with the victory.
And the benches are so important in this game, Dan. You know, every player is going to be getting in the game. So it's a key that the benches stay ready.
There's so many good players on both sides that kind of cancel each other out. I mean, you've got Gannon, Moore, Pinkelman and Collins against Ziegler and Duratolo and Shermer. And then you've got the creativity of Diarchibald against Malifa, the brilliance of Kayvon Williams and Perry Baker. It just makes for a great 20 minutes of sevens here as Nesse Malifa will get us started. 2014 Rugby RugbyTown Championship underway. Pinkelman goes back. They're going to get first youth at Anafi. Great stuff from the Falcons. They get the ball flying in from the side. Diarchibald, he's going to get a penalty here. And it's going to be right on the 22. The Falcons get the first chance to attack. They come out to the left through Anafi. He moves it to Shermer. Little step there. Misses out Blair. Ball hits the ground. Oh, tough hands from Ziegler. He has to go back for it. He's got support in Malifa. He'll just go forward. Well met, though.
Oh,
Gannon,
good
Moore,
job.
Collins
Well
there,
held.
hold him up. Can Ziegler get down? He does. Malifa to the right. Sherman with the ball now. Shifts it across to Unafi. He's got Duratolo on his outside. Can they get it to Baker? Duratolo takes it to contact. Nice little flick. Baker on the outside. We haven't really seen him loose here this weekend, Perry Baker. Comes in now. Sherman with the ball. Throws the dummy. Steps back inside. Another dummy. Now he gives it to Duratolo, the big fan. He can't get away from the defense. This is a very solid start from both outfits. Unafi. He shuts a little gap. Unafi's through. Dragged down. What a beautiful tackle from Pinkelman. Baker with the ball. He can't escape the attention of Al Jabore. Now the ball comes out to Blair. He's going hard, Blair. Ziegler on the outside. Steps back in. Gannon Moore wraps him up. This is sensational stuff from both teams, attack and defense. Blair with the dummy now. Unafi moves it across to Shermer. Shermer, flat ball to Baker. Baker's got speed, can't get through Diarchibald though. Beautiful clean out and a penalty. Great stuff
work
from the Donkeys. Eeyore.
Oh, that was Ben Pinkelman. Great job defensively. Oh, Pat Blair up quickly, huh?
Yeah, Blair
There's
shoots
Pinkelman.
up. Here's Pinkelman again. Oh, what a pass from Pinkelman.
What an offload!
Moore's in some space. Moore versus Malifa. He goes on the outside. Malifa can't get him. Gannon Moore. Oh, the beard fires up. It's grizzling. It's grisly. It's manly. And he's going to dot down under the post. But put that one down to Ben Pinkelman. I want to have a look at this offload around the corner. The skills of this 20-year-old are just unheard of.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And how about this sportsmanship? Anufe gave him a pat on the back after that. They're both on the ground. They watched the finish. Anufe knew it was an unbelievable play by Pinkelman. He congratulated him.
Anufe did absolutely nothing wrong here. Let's just put this down to brilliant football from Pinkelman. Watch this pass.
Boom.
Oh, my goodness gracious me. Nothing you can do about that. That's just a brilliant rugby player right there. Ben Pinkelman. I hope Mike Tolkien's sitting at home watching this right now and he gets him in the squad. I hope he's at the ARC and he wears an Eagle jersey sooner rather than later because we need players like that.
Let me tell you, Mike Tolkien knows all about him because he was the one that recommended him. Him and Billy Menard recommended him for the Graham Down Scholarship to go down to South Africa. So they know all about him.
Beautiful stuff. 7 points to 0. The Donkeys over the Falcons. Diarchibald about to get us restarted here.
Here's what he does best.
Oh, look at that beautiful high soaring kick. Goes right back to the 22. Pat Blair does well to recover. He's tackled immediately. Great strong tackle from Collins. Ziegler now moves it across to his right. Malifa to Shermer. Wearing the fashionable headband, Shermer. Baker's got space. There's trouble. Baker's free. Can they stop him? Diarchibald can't catch him. It's only Pinkelman giving chase. They're not going to catch Perry Baker. He is too fast. Oh my goodness. Finally, I've told you, he didn't get loose all weekend. He saved it up to the final, showing that electric pace. James Patterson, what about that one?
He didn't have much room to move either. I thought he was going to round the outside, and I think the defense was hanging on to that. Gave him too much room, stood back on the inside. Can't wait to watch this replay. Great individual effort.
Yeah, nothing much you can do about that, Brian. He is just so fast.
Just the smallest of gaps, and the speed stick isn't very large. He just slithered right through there. Once he got through, man, and he stretched those legs, it was a pleasure to watch.
Here we go, Malifa with the conversion. 5 points to 7. This will tie it all up. 4 minutes gone here. No mistake from Malifa. 7 points apiece, 4 minutes gone. And have a look at this replay. Perry Baker in action. It's a beautiful sight. Get the speed here. Like you said, nothing you do. And he's got through two guys who are exceptionally fast in Williams and Al Jabore. I'm not going to throw Max under the bus for that one, because I don't think anyone would have stopped Perry Baker there.
Oh, what a beautiful stride. That is something glorious to watch.
Here we go. Malifa with the restart. Short, nice, high little kick. Pinkelman goes well, gets underneath it, brings it down. Williams steps into scrum half, throws the dummy. He sucked in some numbers here. They're a chance. Moore, the try scorer. Ball in two hands again, throws the dummy. Can't get through. Beautiful one-on-one tackle from Blair. Denver need to recover. Ball pops out. Impson slips. There was a chance on the blind side for him. Oh. Now that's a battle you're not going to win too many times, little Bobby.
He did well there.
He did really well to get away from Duratolo. Al Jabore, little kick. Don't know if that was the right option. Malifa back at sweeper. Can't get past from can't get through Al Jabore though. Sherman now. Trouble brewing. Unafe with the ball. Beats one, beats another Unafe. Oh, he's got brilliant footwork. There's nothing you can do about that. He strides away. He's going to dot this one down under the post. Another Falcons try. He almost had the Michael Jackson Thriller thing going on there. The stumbling walk, and he dots it down. Beautiful stuff from him. 12 points to 7, the Falcons over the Donkeys.
Yeah, again, Maka Nufe shows his elusiveness. He evades Ben Pinkelman's tackle attempt to score the try. There you see Chris Brown. He's pretty happy. Sending out a couple of instructions. Yep, run straight. Okay, good job, just like Maka did.
We've seen that so many times this weekend from him. He can make a defender miss in the smallest of spaces, and he has the pace to get away from the cover defense.
Yeah, really, he's had a great tournament, hasn't he? It's a wise choice as captain. He's really led well by his actions. You look at the replay, nothing much on here, just a great footwork. Bang, 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 like that. And look at the ball transfer. Did you notice how he moves that? I know it's been my little pet peeve all weekend, but that's the benefit of being able to transfer the ball from hands. He uses the bend, gets away, and yeah, a little bit of Michael Jackson there. Beautiful stuff from Unafe and the Falcons. They're leading 14 points to 7. 6.5 minutes gone. Of course, 10-minute halves here, so we've got 3.5 minutes left till the break. Nice high kick from Malifa, just floating in the breeze. Ziegler does amazingly well to bring that ball down.
Great counter ruck.
Collins. What's he got him for there, James? Yeah, it looked like a strong ruck from Collins to me. Play on. Malifa with the ball. Out to Baker. Baker on Williams. Baker goes to the outside. He does well. Pulls out. Ball comes back to Malifa. Long, flat pass to Blair. They've got some numbers here if they can use it. Pass doesn't go to hand. Ziegler, one-on-one with Dimson. Let's see if he takes him. Nice little ball inside to Blair. Gannon Moore, though, he is so strong. You're not going to get through him one-on-one. He does well to roll out of the contact area there. Ball pops out, play on for Impson. Good job from him.
That looked like a penalty. He came in from the side there, it looked like.
Here we go, Al Jabore at the ball now. Steps back inside, breaks the tackle. Got it! Unafi's going to get him though. He needs some support. Throw over the shoulder. Here comes down. Little knock on. Unfortunate stuff. Unfortunately for Max, not only did he knock it on, but he had Perry Baker coming behind him as well. So I think he would have caught that one and probably got tackled anyway.
See, that's the situation though. Al Jabore's got to look quicker. He's got to look sooner for his options instead at the last minute when you're already on the floor. You got to check him out sooner than that.
Well, James, you talked about this. It's about slowing down in space. You don't always have to run for it.
Absolutely. That transfer was there. He wishes he could have that ball back. I'm not sure, as you said, he would have gassed Perry Baker, but there was enough support coming up behind him.
There we go, nice look at the scrum, and there's a backline split formation as Duratolo stands behind the scrum, feeds it across to Baker. Again, Baker, he's very patient, choosing his moments to run here. Long floating pass in the shadows of the post there. Comes down to Unafi, he's been very strong so far. Maka Unafi, Blair now, here's Shermer. He's got some space, Shermer. Support goes back to his outside. He cuts to the middle, he's isolated.
He's a great defender.
It comes in the shape of Ziegler. Blair now.
Trouble
They're
here.
in trouble. Here's Duratolo. He needs to give it a little early to Baker. Baker cuts back inside. Oh, great low tackle there from Kevon Williams. Does enough to bring Baker down. Playing advantage for the knock-on from the Donkeys, though. Duratolo. Advantage over. Back to Baker. Pinkelman does well to come from behind and bring him in and drags him towards the sideline, Pinkelman. Back inside Malifa.
Oh,
beautiful
absolute
stuff.
magic.
Baker inside the 22. The Falcons on the attack. Malifa gets it out to Duratolo. They've got numbers out here. Ziegler shifts it quickly. That's Sherma. He's got enough.
He wants him to come under. Come under, boy.
Throws the dummy. He needed to pass that. Yunafa was under the post if he did. It's been stolen now. Oh. Yeah, he's got him from the side there. Unlucky there for the Donkeys. Sherma, he had to throw that pass, James.
Right here.
You could see he was tempting the question coming across. Unafe needed to cut underneath earlier.
Good one.
Or he just should have passed it out sooner. I know if I had the outside, it was wide open.
I mean, he had this 2-on-2. He came across field well, Sherma. The defense bit on him and he just dummied and went himself. Unafe one-on-one is going to be very tough to beat.
Looks like there's a bit of claret. Finals rugby.
Uh-oh, that would be a big loss. He's just going to get a blood. He'll be back in, I bet. We got the halftime break coming up here shortly.
Nothing a few staples and glue can't fix, Viz.
That's right.
There's Chris Torore.
Yep, Chris Torore. Huge play right now, guys. Huge play. Penalty kick, about 10 seconds left in this first half. Falcons need to score here. They're in a great attacking position.
They've got a huge back line out to the right. You've got Ziegler, though. Don't be surprised you see Duratolo just have a crack himself here. And that's what he does. Switches back. Oh, too easy. Too easy. Great work from them. You got the feeling when I saw Ziegler hanging out in this wing here that they're going to do something with Duratolo where the tap and go himself does enormously well, goes across field, switches Malifa back in, and Ziegler gets the easiest of tries right on halftime. 19-7, James.
Yeah, that was copybook set phase right there. That was well rehearsed. A lot of set pieces. Not often you see them come off. That was fantastic.
Halftime, Orange, all right?
Well, you know, I think Denver, they saw that back line so steeped and so wide, they kind of said, okay, watch, we're going to worry about this back line. And then they just did the smart thing, the easiest thing, and just went back inside to Ziegler.
Well, yeah, like you said, it's one of the benefits of having so many weapons out there. You've got to pay respect to every one of them. And that is halftime here. 19 points to 7. The USA Falcons leading the Denver Donkeys. And we are at the Serevi RugbyTown Sevens. This is the Cup Championship, $10,000 on the line here.
So if the Falcons win, did the players get the money?
That's a question for someone else, Brian. You've got me.
James, you're the most recent Eagle.
I don't think we won anything to get the money.
Here we
There's
go.
Jason Kelly.
Inside, yeah, with Jason Kelly laying down the law. What do they need to do here, Brian, in the second half to get this game back on track?
Yeah, I think they just got to keep possession. They've thrown some 50-50 passes that James talked about earlier in the competition. You just can't afford to do. Settle down, have some patience, and just do the basics right.
Well, they got the right start, didn't they, James?
Yeah, that was a great ball around the back. Shades of Sonny Bill Williams, as we say. And look at that, round the outside. He's done that multiple times.
He's a good player, this guy.
I like him. I liked him playing for Kansas City last week as well. I'm glad he's out here playing for the Denver Donkeys as well. He's a good player, more. And here it is, Perry Baker. Haven't seen this all weekend. He did this a few times last weekend for 18-23. Finally gets to stretch those legs, showing why he earned himself a contract down at the OTC this season. And what about this one, James Patterson? Talk us through this.
That's just pure class. He's shown that so many times. He is a great athlete, and I look forward to watching him hopefully on the series and the circuit coming up this year.
Yeah, you know, he's surprised he hasn't played more rugby for the USA, to be honest. He's been very classy in this last one. That was just a little bit too easy there. Brian, you made that point earlier that big backline set out sometimes get them a little bit, got the Donkeys players a little bit too interested, and they forgot about little Grumpy Z there on the blind side.
Yep. And again, 10 minutes, guys. That's all that's left in this tournament. $10,000 on the line. Bragging rights. And it's about fitness now. Who's going to have the best bench? Who's going to be the strongest, the fittest? You got to be sharp. Once you get tired, you start to get a little lazy in your thoughts and in your movements. And it's about fitness right now. There's Don Potty.
Good.
Yep, he can. He's chomping on the bit to get out there.
Here we go. Maximo D'Archville. The final 10 minutes. This is the RugbyTown 7. $10,000 for the winner. Unafe's back on there with the head all taped up. Beautiful stuff. Blair throws the dummy, changes his mind, comes back to Shermer, to Ziegler. Passes out wide. Good hands from Malifa to bring that one in. Baker, he gets himself on the outside again. Baker, he's gone. He's gone. Williams, can he drag him in? Oh, DeArchibald, great low tackle. Baker gets back up. DeArchibald comes at him again. Great tackle. Oh, DeArchibald sneaky with the foot there, gives away the penalty. Play on quickly. Malifa now moves it out to Duratolo. He's shifted to the left now. That's Blair. Here's Unafi wearing that new fashionable headband of his. He's well tackled though. Donkey's coming hard on the counter ruck. Oh, they went right over the top, but
yes, he played that off the ground.
Can't play that one.
Sneaky play there. Can't get that past the ref.
Collins takes a quick tap, moves it to Howden. Howden's got plenty of time and space. Watch the step. There it is. No one falling for it. They let him do his thing and then come in and hit him hard. Ibsen moves it to the Archibald. He looks up, gives it to Williams. Williams on Baker. Baker does extremely well. Brings Williams in, tackles him. Imson, long pass, hits the ground now. Collins with it, shifts it across to Shea. Shea lets Pinkelman go on the inside, gets past him. Can't get past Unafi though. Ball's on the ground. Duratolo, is he offside? Play on, says the referee. He's got Unafi on the outside. Unafi one-on-one with Howden. Oh, the footwork's too much and he dots it over in the corner. Another try. The Falcons get first points in the second half. Not what the Donkeys were looking for.
Yeah, what a great play that time by the Falcons. And it looked like, you know, the Denver Donkeys, they lost possession on the outside, but Unafi, there you see him. Head's all taped up, it doesn't matter. Chris Brown, a little happier now. Just still giving instructions to his teammates, or his players. Mike Ziegler looks like, oh yeah, there he's talking to Ziegler on the sideline, giving him some instruction here. But wonderful finish by Unafi.
Yeah,
and
they've
again,
been
just
great.
too dangerous.
They've been great the last few games, and they've really built through the tournament, playing stronger and stronger as they move towards the final.
Here we go. Malifa with the conversion. Looks like Unafi may have actually left the field. 2 tries in the final for him. Conversion across the face there, no good. Score remains 24 points to 7. We have about 7.5 minutes left to play here in this final. The Falcons with a commanding lead though, 24 points to 7 over the mighty Denver Donkeys.
Yeah, the Donkeys have to reply now. They need a score here. Whoever gets the next score, if the Falcons score, this game's over.
Here we go, Malifa with the restart. Nice wide shot. Short, low, sneaky one. Shea can't handle. Yep, play on. It's going to be a Falcons ball, and they're playing with the advantage. Malifa looks someone inside, finds Blair. Blair straightens it up into contact. Nice little offload back to Malifa. Finds Duratolo now. Let's see if they just slow things down here, get themselves reset. Long floating pass out to Blair. He finds Shermer on the outside. Shermer straightens things up. Good contact though. He's well met there by the Denver defense. Ziegler now steps into fly half. Finds Duratolo. Unafi, he's still on the field. He wasn't going anywhere. Now Baker one-on-one with Williams again. Baker, he just glides, doesn't he?
Great tackle.
He just glides, Baker. He could run in the snow and not leave footprints. He just glides so well.
That was a great defense by Kevin Williams though. Yeah, Perry Baker is just very shifty, very fast. Kevin Williams over the textbook tackle outside.
He's starting to show some signs of fatigue though, Baker. He's got the hands on the knees. That's what happens when you're one of those high-octane players. You're very anaerobic. The aerobic capacity can sometimes hurt a little bit. You have a couple of long runs like Baker does, and the lungs start to hurt.
Oh boy.
Blair with the ball. Ball goes over the back and the line out. Missed opportunity there for Denver to get some possession. Malifa to Unafi, watch the steps. Duratolo, he'll just run straight, the big man. He'll go straight through. They can't drag him down. Yes, they do. Great job from Pinkelman. Too much pressure though. Unafi gets a hat-trick in the final. Great game from him.
Yeah, far too much class. Excellent work by the Falcons.
Well, you're right, James. When you said they had been building to this throughout the tournament, they didn't start out the best the first day. A couple of victories, but not the most impressive display. Yesterday, they started to build their game and build their game, and today we're seeing what this team can do. We're seeing they're reaching their potential. They're playing as a team, and again, the individual skills are coming out as well.
Yeah, they've been very impressive. I kind of feel like hitting their straps yesterday morning in that game. They started to play well. The quarterfinals, they looked a lot better as well. I mean, that game against Army in the quarterfinal, I think that's more of an indication of how good this Army side has been. And they'd played a lot of rugby, and they really took it to the Falcons in that game. Yeah, 31 points to 7 here.
Yeah, looks like Perry Baker's off.
Yeah, Perry Baker and Thompson comes on to replace him, it looks like. Unafe stays on. He's still got a core group of the guys are hanging out there. They're getting plenty of minutes here, but they're in a pretty commanding position at 31 points to 7.
You know, we haven't talked about a lot, but he's done a lot of hard work, is Pat Blair. It seems like we mentioned his name an awful lot, and he just does a lot of the hard stuff. A good, solid player. He's put in a real good weekend of rugby.
Penalty coming there, looks like might have been playing in the air. Again, Grumpy Z showing, living up to his nickname there and doing something naughty. Now it comes out, there's Kyle Hitt. The late replacement for Leifa tries to get outside Unafe. Look how well Unafe does there. Slaps down the fend, makes a tackle. Textbook stuff from him. Howden now shifts it across to D'Archibald. Shea with the ball, he moves it one more. There's Logan Collins, the big man. Now Kevin Williams. One-on-one with Ziegler, comes back inside. That man you talked about, Blair, closes the gate perfectly. Ball and all tackle, brings him down. Nope, coming through the gate, not rolling away. One thing and the other. Look at that scrappy D'Archibald, he's still going. They'll march him 10 metres. And it was Ziegler involved again. Grumpy Z, naughty boy. Here we go. Oh, big dummy from Cliffy Lyons. Taylor Howden, he gets one, shows his class. How good was that? The big show and go from him. He caught up with him in between games and he lost half the tooth in that last game. I felt bad because Blaze ran past him, but he showed me there's a big chunk of his tooth missing. I kind of feel bad now, giving him a hard time about how big his pants are. There we go. They get back through Taylor Howden. They're going to want to take this pretty quickly though. D'Archibald does, puts it right through the middle. 31 points to 14. They've got a lot ahead of them here, and you probably don't imagine this Falcon side giving up too many more points.
You need to score 3 times in 3 minutes, and it's been hard to score 2 tries in 18 minutes. Yeah, this Falcon team just too deep. And on paper at the beginning of this tournament, it looked like the team to beat. And we had some picks early on. We thought Denver looked like one of the teams to beat, maybe El Zul, but the Falcons really put it together here in the final.
They certainly have. There's that man Torore. He moves it across now. Duratolo, just a mountain of a man out there playing in the 7th circuit. Ball comes down, penalty comes. Just been too many penalties now from Denver. Blair moves it across. Here's Dompate with the ball. Look how dangerous he is. Switches it back inside. Sneaky Malifa outside to Blair. This is beautiful stuff. Thompson back inside. Can't handle. Williams has got it. It's going to be a foot race. Thompson and Williams. Williams is a real speedster. I don't think he's going to catch him. It's important Thompson keeps him wide here. Oh,
big mistake.
Good job from Thompson to keep him wide. Real
Big
good
mistake.
job from Thompson.
You wonder whether he didn't have enough in the tank. It looks like he was fading towards the end of the run, but it's so crucial to center that ball for that conversion.
Here we go, 31 points to 19. They're going to want to go kick here. Quick here with the conversion, down by 12. If he makes this, they're within 10. He doesn't. They've still got to score twice anyway. They just need some conversions. Minute and a half left to play here. Quickly get back. Howden there with a sneaky restart, gives it back to D'Archibald. Let's see one of those Brian Vizard favourites. He's a bit tired, probably D'Archibald, a bit lower. Unafe does well to handle it though, comes back to blindside. He's got some speed, he gets around Logan Collins. I don't think they're going to catch him. 4 tries in the final for Maka Unafe. I hope we see a lot of him this year on the circuit. He's a great player.
Absolutely. Every game this tournament, he has been their strongest player. Fantastic work. And how about the tank on the fella? 4 tries in the final. He hasn't come off. He's still sprinting away down the sideline.
Oh, he's lost 6 gallons of blood out of that gaping wound in his head. He doesn't care. Just take me up, coach. Get me back out there. That's what you want from your captain. There's Chris Brown. He's got to be happy with his performance. I'm sure on day 1 he was a little bit disappointed with the way they were playing. He did mention, though, that a lot of the guys are missing, and if we take a look at the replay, look at this. Just watch the speed.
I'm going to go on the line and say he's the tournament MVP. I know it's kind of a dark horse selection.
Absolutely.
Well, we've swayed quickly, but I tell you, 4 tries in the final, it's hard to go against that.
Yeah, there's the other MVP. Max Jarkcheval had a good tournament as well.
And that takes us through to the final whistle. It is all over here at Infinity Park. The Falcons have defeated the Denver 7 Donkeys 36 points to 19. They will get that $10,000, and wherever they end up tonight with $10,000, I want to be right there with them.
Yeah, outstanding display again. We talked about it, the build-up, and we talked about it on day one. You don't necessarily have to play your best on day one as long as you continue to build. And the Falcons really came out in this final and really put it all together. Played as a great team against a really good team in the Denver Donkeys, but put it all together. It was fantastic.
Excellent work. As we said, they put on a clinic here in the final. It's been great sevens rugby for the last 3 days, and what a high point to finish on. Having a look at the highlights, and there's that lovely Sunny Bill round the corner. First try, you thought they came out very, very strong. But from this point on, it was all Falcons after this try. Unafe putting on a display on what it takes to be a quality sevens player.
And here's that man, Perry Baker, though. Finally, we got to see him stretch his legs. And when it looks like he got shot right through, and then that little skip and a hop, and away he went for the first try for the Falcons. And then it was a new face show after that.
It certainly was. Mako Unife, the captain here. This is before he got his head cut open, missing the white tape. You'll see, you're going to see a lot more often in these highlights. He'll change his headwear in a couple of highlights here. But
Timber.
there's the first little stagger over the line. That's a nice little move for him.
And this was a big play right at the end of the half. They had to get this try. They were down there in great position. Malifa just did well to commit the last defender and out to Mike Ziegler to make it 19-7 at the half. And I think that took a little bit out of Denver.
Yeah, and then here it is again. Lovely work, great strength down the sideline. Too easy. I love the little goose step at the end.
Yeah, good stuff from Unafe there. And he looks exhausted after a time, but he just stayed on the field the whole time. Here it is, Duratolo straining it up. One little offload. Look how it does it. Now he threw the pass to Duratolo. Just a sign of the player. He backs his own pass up, gets it down.
And here's Taylor Howden. He gets a second try for the Denver Donkeys, and then that pass back inside. And here's Kevin Williams. He had some long-range tries throughout Denver, throughout the weekend for Denver. He made it 31-19, but James Anufe just put the icing on the cake at the end.
Yeah, amazing. He had the ability here. They're so late in the game, but watch this individual effort again. Just about rounding the corner. Logan Collins is not a slow athlete.
Yeah, beautiful stuff from Unafe. He is the captain of the Falcons, the winning team, and he led by example here in the final, getting the victory, 36 points to 19. And there you go, what a great shot there. That's what it's all about. The team, the boys all together. They're going to celebrate this victory into the wee hours tonight, you would imagine.
Yep, good job, boys. Congratulations. There's the boy. There's the skipper getting well.
They better be careful with the head slaps there. He's got a big dash on his head.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was a good effort by Denver, though. In the losing effort, they were another one of the teams that were very fun to watch. They had a great balance in their team. They had a great balance in their team, but there it is, the nice championship photo here in the fading sunshine at Infinity Park. Well done, boys.
It'll be interesting to see how many faces we see in the Olympics. You know, we're talking about a building phase for USA Rugby here. Confident we can qualify for the Olympics. It's going to be a fun next 18 months.
Yeah, it certainly will. I think they're in a good spot. You've got new coaching staff in place who are going to start assessing a lot of that talent over the next few months. And what a good chance this tournament was, you know, for Chris Brown to come here and watch not only his own players, but you've got to look at a lot of other players who are on the cusp as well.
Congratulations to the Falcons. Well, that will do it for the third annual Sorevi RugbyTown Sevens from Infinity Park in Glendale, Colorado. Congratulations to all participating teams and to the Armed Forces Shield, Bowl, Plate, and Cup champions. For Dan Power, James Patterson, and our entire crew, I'm Brian Vizard saying goodnight from RugbyTown, USA. For more info on Infinity Park, go to infinitypark@glendale.com. Any rebroadcast of the pictures, audio, and accounts from this match are strictly prohibited without express written permission from the City of Glendale, Colorado. This has been a copyrighted broadcast of the City of Glendale, Colorado.
That's a nice touch.